Hey, welcome to Mid-America Dirt. I'm Skip, and I am super excited to be joined by Dani Givens, the Chunky Poodle Cookie Company. Is that correct?
That is correct. So you got it. You spot on.
Yeah. Since you were coming on here, I've been doing a lot of stalking that page.
You got to look at the page, make sure you got the name right. You know, poodle. Like you've seen it on the race cars and stuff. But yeah, you got it. That's right.
I got it, and it's a fun page to stalk. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Hey, I like to have fun over
awesome.
here. Cookies, humor. I do what I can. I work for the people.
Yeah. I got you. Those cookies look freaking amazing. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But first, tell me where you're from, Dani, and do you come from a racing family?
Yes. So I'm actually in the Wichita. I'm west of Wichita, Kansas. So right in the heartland here. The racing thing started in my family with my uncle. He raced A-mods forever ago, and then it kind of trickled down. My dad wasn't a racer. He was always like he wanted to turn the wrenches on stuff. You know, he worked on the race car for my uncle, and then he worked on like the drag boats, like the Top Fuel, Lucas Oil boats that they used to race at Lucas Oil, like in Wheatland. And then it trickled down to one of my brothers, and he's the only one in my family that races, but he races A-mods. And then it just so happened I met my husband at the dirt track, and he races A-mods and follows along the Heartland Modified Touring Series. And I mean, he's followed USMTS. I think he's going to do that this year. We go all over the place. So I've kind of been immersed indirectly into the dirt racing world, and I'm kind of just staying here, you know. So yes, I know plenty about it, and one of my favorite places to be, aside from in my bakery down here in my basement, is at the dirt track. So
Okay, that's super cool. So I mean, coming up, were you at the track a lot?
So I honestly didn't spend a lot of time at the racetrack until probably I was in high school, because that's when my brother didn't start racing until after he was out of high school. So, I mean, he had buddies that raced, and he would take me with him. You know, I would just kind of be like the tag along. And that's kind of where that started. So I guess I mean, how old am I? Actually, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but in the last like 15 years or so, I've been at the track a lot, traveled a lot.
I gotcha. So how did the cookie thing come about?
Which part? In the racing world or just in general?
In general.
In general. Okay, so I used to work full time. I was an aircraft like contracts manager, so I kind of handled like start to finish, you know, dealing with customers. And I always had an interest in baking. So I would bake my oatmeal chocolate chip cookies, and I would take them to, you know, every single last family get together or anything that required me to bring something, like I was bringing those cookies. Well, after a while, they kind of gained like a reputation, and people started asking me if they could buy them from me. And I was like, you know, no, I'll just make them for you. And then finally, after I got asked, you know, 100, 200 times, I said, fine, I will make these and I will sell them. And that's how that started. And then eventually it kind of like snowballed, and I was like, well, I can't just sell one flavor of cookies. So I started making all these different new recipes and stuff. And here I am with, you know, 30 plus flavors weekly that I take to markets and stuff. And I ended up quitting my full-time job after I had my son in 2021. And I kind of just dove into this full-time and was thinking, well, I hope it works out.
Have you enjoyed it so far?
Yeah, so far. I mean, I'm not tired of it yet. I mean, I'm getting to the point where I might need to like recruit some help. You know, so if anybody knows of anybody in Wichita that wants to come help me out during the summer, like I'm all ears.
So you do it all by yourself?
I do. Yeah, I do. Yep.
Wow.
So I do. When I quit my full-time job, I kind of just, you know, decided I was stocking at a couple different stores, and that really kicked off like my customer base here in Wichita and like surrounding areas. And then I started we have a huge farmers market here in Wichita. It's every single Saturday, March through October. I started doing that. And ever since I started doing that 3 years ago, I mean, it skyrocketed. And then I bought a trailer. So now I have a food trailer, and I do that too. So yeah, I do it all by myself, but I think this year, I think 2026 is going to be the year I have to have that sit down with myself and say, you know what, you need to let go a little bit and you need to hire somebody. Cause I like to go do things too.
How many cookies do you make a day?
A day,
like on average.
Let's see. Well, so January, I call January my slow month, but it's really not that slow.
Your
Like,
off season.
It's my off season. That's why I keep telling people, but it's a lie. That's not an off season. Um, on any given day, I usually average around, like a slow day would be like 12 dozen for me.
Okay.
Market peak season, so March through December, pretty much. Weekly, it's gonna range anywhere from like 75. I've gone upwards of 160 dozen a week. Yeah, it's when I double book
Golly.
myself and I have multiple events and stuff, but it really varies. If
Yeah.
I have a wedding or whatever, I'm catering to, it's just gonna depend. But a lot of cookies, a lot. It
How long
never
does it
ends.
take you to make cookies? I mean, like, what's a
Oh,
typical day for you, like cookie making?
oh, typical day. Well, I do have a
Yeah.
toddler, so there's always that because I'm chasing him around. Like he stays at
Yeah.
home with me because the bakery's down here. I'm in my basement right now. Um, Typical day. Let's see. I usually wake up before anybody else in the world. I say that like 4 or 5 a.m. 4 or 5 a.m. I typically will package every single last cookie that was baked the evening before. So all, 15, 20 dozen, whatever, gets done first thing the next morning. So they're sealed up when they're still fresh. And then I work out every day, so I'll work out and then I'll bake from about 9:30 until 2 o'clock, and then I'll take a little break and go get some caffeine or something. And then I usually bake from like 3 o'clock to like 6 o'clock, and then I got to do all the
Okay.
stickers and stuff, and not to mention supply runs and deliveries and stuff like that. But I mean, realistically, busy season, I probably work about 10 hours a day, 12 hours a day
Wow.
sometimes,
Okay.
7 days a week. I usually don't have off days, but
Yeah.
it is what
And
it
it's
is.
not just cookies, right? So you're like packaging them really cool and everything like
Yeah.
that also.
Yeah. So every single cookie gets packaged individually and labeled. I'm looking at them over
Wow.
there. And then I do cookie cakes and stuff too, just like your round 9-inch cookie cakes and some rectangles. And I've dabbled in decorating them, but it's really not my thing. Like I just want to give you something that tastes delicious, and is appealing to the eyes also. But
Yeah, they do look good. I mean,
thank you.
folks,
Thank you.
they do look good.
I appreciate
No
that.
doubt about it.
That
No
hard
doubt
work's
about it.
paying off.
Yeah, it does. It looks really good. So we were talking earlier, so the racing part of it,
Okay.
which is really cool. I mean, I
Okay.
love people that like to advertise with racing and
Oh my
stuff like
gosh.
that. So how did that start?
Never in a million years did I think that it would happen. So when I first started baking cookies part-time, Brandon, my husband, was racing like locally. He raced with Ed Gressel. He was driving Ed Gressel's cars. And I would, tag along. And when I first started baking cookies, I would just take, a couple dozen with me to the racetrack. They were individually packaged and stuff. And like just for people that we knew directly that would message me. And then it kind of like spread. I kind of gained that reputation at the racetrack. Like she's got cookies. So
Yeah,
people would be coming to
I
the
bet.
holler to get cookies. And so it started locally. And then when Brandon was following USMTS in Gressel's car, any chance I got to go, which was pretty often at that time because I wasn't, as crazy busy with the bakery stuff yet, I would take him with me. And so USMTS kind of got that like, oh, Dani's there, like she's got cookies in that Gressel hauler. And then USMTS actually started buying they had a certain cookie that I made specifically for them, and they
Cool.
bought them to sell out of their apparel trailer, the USMTS apparel trailer. So news spread up north, Deer Creek, like Deer Creek people. Oh, they're my biggest fans, I think, in the racing world. So it kind of started there. And then in 2022, I was at the Wild West Shootout, which I'm having serious FOMO right now, not being
I
there.
bet. I bet.
So if anybody's got a private jet that wants to fly Skip and I down there tomorrow afternoon, like we're in. But so I went to the Wild West Shootout, and Brandon had the Chunky Poodle logo all over I think it was the roof of his car. I can't remember. I know there was a big cookie on it. And Ben Shelton and Dustin Jarrett saw that going around the track. And at the time, Brandon was having a really great year in that car that he was driving. And they started broadcasting it like, oh, Chunky Poodle this, Chunky Poodle that. And I, got a hold of that when I was rewatching it that evening in Vado. And I was like, you know what? I need to send them some cookies. So we made it a point to get Ben and Dustin some cookies up to the press box. And then the rest of it's history, like they became a fan. I had Trenton Berry. Trenton Berry still shows me all the love on Race and Dirt. Any chance he gets, like he's giving me a shout out. So thank you,
Yeah,
Trenton
because
Berry.
I think it was at the Dome. I think
Yep.
Trent was interviewed at the Dome, so I saw that, and then I think it was last week. They were shouting you out at the Wild West Shootout when
Yeah,
I was
so
watching it.
I said Brandon's at the Wild West Shootout. He isn't racing this year. He wanted to, but he got so busy with work. He's just helping out Dylan McCowan, that crew this weekend. But I sent him with some random cookies before he left, and he gave some to Dustin Jarrett, which so I unintentionally got a shout out from them again, which is great. They're the best. They always give me all the applause. So I do appreciate them. It's just they were the ones that kind of kickstarted it, and then it just kind of became, I don't know, I just became integrated in the racing world, and it's been awesome. I would have never thought.
Great people in the
Yeah,
racing world.
I
I mean,
love it. It's
100%.
family. It's
Yeah,
a whole nother family.
yeah. I mean, just my start has just been all because of racers.
Yeah,
They've
no,
helped
I
me
believe
out
that.
and networking and stuff, and it's been super cool. It's just a great community, and man, racing people are loyal. I mean,
They
they really are.
they are, and everybody knows somebody. So like, if
Yes,
you need to get a hold of anybody
hundred
in the racing
percent.
community, like somebody's gonna know someone to get you where you wanna be.
It could be somebody on the West Coast that you wouldn't think. No, I mean,
Yeah,
and they know somebody on the East Coast. I mean, or
exactly.
north to south. I mean, it's
No,
just that way.
it's crazy,
It is
totally
crazy.
crazy. But I mean, here we are, right?
Yeah. So yeah, those guys do like you, and then I like Shining Honey. They do that. They like find something they really like, a logo they like or something. They talk about it a lot. So that is cool
Yeah.
that they do that.
I'm
Because
just
I
glad.
wouldn't.
So yeah, Brandon, my husband, he designed my logo and stuff from the get go. So like, he needs the credit because he did that.
Yeah,
So oh
that's a super cool logo. That's a super cool hat too. I love that hat.
my gosh, see, I just had these R&R Enterprises down there in St. Louis. They do all of our racing stuff, and they do my apparel. They made these for me this year, so
Yeah,
they
that's
did a good
cool.
job. Yeah,
So
it stands out.
do you have a merch? Uh,
I do. So all of my merch is on my website. So you're mostly gonna find like t-shirts. I don't think I have any more crew necks. I need to get a whole nother batch of those, but I have 4 different styles of hats on there. And every once in a while I'll have like coffee mugs and just random stuff that like I'll get in and put on there. But right now I think it's mostly just t-shirts and hats, and that's on my website. So
that's super cool. Now, this is a very important question for me. Can I
okay.
order cookies from your website?
Yeah, you can. If you're
Awesome.
gonna have them shipped, there's a cookie delivery shipment box, and it's where you pick 12 flavors. You can pick 12 different flavors for all you want, or you can double up on some. And then it's just like a set price. You just pick your flavors and put in your address and ship them right your way. They come priority mail, so usually it's just a couple days, as long as nothing funny happens. But
Yeah, that's super cool.
yep.
So how's that business for you? Is that pretty good? Your online business?
It is. I get so online for me, I do both local pickup, which is by far and away more than anything else, because there's a lot of people in Wichita's a big area. You got a lot of surrounding cities. I do a lot of that. I do get a lot of shipments, and I always know most of my shipments, I'm not gonna lie to you, are from racers or the racing family. And I can always tell, I get like a Minnesota come over. I'm like, oh, that's one of my Deer Creek fans, or so, go down to Oklahoma. I'm like, oh, that was from Arrowhead. But the majority of my shipments are gonna be from the racing community. So that's great. Kind of cool,
Yeah,
you
it
know.
is.
I just
It
shipped
is.
something to Kentucky yesterday, and I was like, that's a new customer. Kentucky. I don't think I've ever shipped to Kentucky. So
That's super cool.
yeah.
Are there any other states that you haven't shipped to that you know of?
Oh, Hawaii. Haven't shipped to Hawaii.
Hawaii.
I don't know
Hawaii.
anybody in Hawaii, I don't think.
Uh, well, hopefully you do soon. Hopefully you're covered up. I mean,
Or
because
like,
it looks like it's
like
awesome.
Rhode Island or Maine. I don't think I've shipped up there yet. But we're marking them off. I have the entire Midwest. I will tell you that. And much of like the West Coast, but
That's
we're getting
super
there.
cool.
Yeah.
So what's your vision like for the future
Oh,
of it?
oh my gosh. This is something heavy, heavy on my brain for 2026. I've tossed it around. So my son is 4. I always told myself I wouldn't open a store until he's full time in school, because I like to be present as a mom and like a business owner. And the back and forth of it is just, if he was going with me, I'd have to charter him off to daycare, drop him off, which I just never wanted to do. I I told myself maybe this year I would find a store. I'm kind of leaning towards finding more of like a production facility. And I don't really rely on foot traffic so much. I'm getting such a steady influx of orders now that I don't even really need like people to be able to walk in. They can go online and just order it, or I can supply them to other stores. I'm in between that and also my food trailer that we put together basically the middle to end of last year. It's fairly new. I am on the fence about buying some more trailers and then kind of, I don't want to say franchising them, but like kind of
Franchising almost.
sending them. We thought about it. I'm not really sure. I need to figure out the logistics of it. The food trailers are really great because they're mobile. You can go
Right.
hit up all different kinds of places
Sure.
that you would never reach. So I'm kind of leaning towards getting more trailers and then hiring people to like take my trailers.
Yeah.
Um, but I'd almost need,
That would be
yeah,
super cool. Like if
yeah.
you could get them out to like different events, like racing
Oh yeah.
events or anything, markets
So
or
I think I'm
yeah,
leaning towards that because I have a really great there's a trailer place here in Wichita that actually do their marketing for that can, if I need another trailer, like we could get one ordered and stuff like that. But we'll see. I kind of want to do that. I need to let go a little bit because there's only one of me.
right.
I can only be one place at a time, even though I try to be multiple places. But I think that's where I'm leaning. And if I outgrow, I have a full bakery down here in the basement, commercial oven and stuff. If I outgrow this space, which I am, I'm probably going to have to get a warehouse and more trailers. So I think that's going to
Awesome.
be a double answer there, warehouse and then trailers.
Yeah. That's a great problem to have. But I understand what you're saying about you can't be everywhere at once.
It's so hard. I mean, I
You
want
want
to
to
be in
be
Wild West. I want to be at the
yeah,
Chili Bowl. I want to be here. I have
yeah.
a market tomorrow. It's just hard. I'm just, I'm thriving right now because I do have two different choices on TV to watch. I got Chili Bowl, I got Wild West, but I do want to
Yep.
be one of those two places at least.
Yeah. I totally understand. I have been to Chili Bowl this week twice. So
Yeah. I didn't
I
get to
did
go.
check that
I
out.
didn't go last year, and I haven't got to go this year. Just busy. Business.
Yeah, everybody watches my show know I'm a full body guy. I mean, everybody knows I'm a late model guy. That's
This
my
super
first
late model,
love. Is
like
super well,
supers.
actually, any late models. I just love that body style. That's what I saw when I was a kid, right?
Did you
So
see Tim McCready's? Did you see his new rap yet? The white with yellow, that looks good. I'm a
yes,
T-Mac fan though. I like T-Mac.
100%. Yeah,
I saw that. I was like,
I
looks
interviewed him down at Boot Hill when he was down there, and he
oh
is a
yeah.
super good guy. It is maybe one of the best pit interviews I've ever had. I mean, he's
He's
well
very
spoken, and
he's very real, like genuine, calm, down to earth, I guess. I mean, that's what I've gathered of him. I don't interact with him, but from what I
yeah,
see, those are my
yeah,
favorite kind of drivers.
yeah. And yeah, it's just people know that's what I like. The Chili Bowl is really cool, and I know some drivers that are racing over there that I've interviewed before and stuff. So I mean, it's neat. There's a lot of people,
Well,
even
so
on.
Ricky Thornton, he's there, right? He's racing through Saturday, and then I think he's flying back for Wild West
Yeah,
on Sunday. I'm pretty sure.
I interviewed him too when I was over
You
there.
did? Yeah.
He's a super nice guy. And Drake Troutman, he's been on the podcast before, and he was racing this week, so I kind of went and hung out with him, and stuff.
Did you get Drake Troutman to smile? I feel like that kid never smiles.
I tell you, I thought the same thing, right? When I got him on there, he's a super nice guy.
I
He's
mean,
just quiet, but he was smiling, laughing. He's
talk about like the most level-headed, I mean, driver that I've ever like experienced. Like he can win like a great, $100,000 to win race or something, and he's just like, yeah, car was good.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah. And he's a
dude,
kid. He's a young guy too. I
I'm like,
mean,
you can celebrate. It's okay.
he's got he's older than his years, like the way he acts and
Yeah,
stuff. I mean,
no,
he's
I agree with that. I met him when he was very young. I think he was 17 the first time I met him. And he's been like that the entire time. He hasn't changed at all.
yeah. I'm gonna
But
post a picture on my Facebook this afternoon, but I gave him like some hoodies that I had made. Like this local place in town hooked me up. They made them like that day, some prototype hoodies for me, and they took a picture of them over at the Wild West and sent it to me. Them wearing
heck yeah.
him and
Heck
Scotty.
yeah.
I don't know if you know Scotty Parker, his
Yeah.
the merch guy.
Yep.
Yeah, him and Scotty, they took pictures of it. So I was like, yeah, but I haven't had a chance to put it on there yet. So,
Oh, that's
but
okay.
yeah. So I'm gonna have to have some of these cookies, so I'm gonna go online and get me some, and everybody out there should try them and follow Dani. And Dani, I'm gonna link everything you want me to in the description so people can
Okay, that
come
sounds
find you
good.
from this video.
Am I going to see you anywhere this year? What series are you following?
Probably comp cams mostly.
Comp Cams? I was
Yeah,
going to say, I
yeah.
think I'll probably be hit or miss at USMTS races, Heartland. But I mean, I don't know I don't know if I've ever actually run into you, but we kind of go a little bit here, a little bit there. So
Yeah.
maybe I'll
I
run
don't
into
hit
you somewhere.
I don't think I've even been to a USMTS race yet.
No, what? You haven't been to
No, I
one?
don't
Not
think
even
so.
like when
I
like
don't
Ryan
think
Gustin was
so.
slinging and stuff and those things, like not even then?
No, I haven't. And
Oh
well,
man.
no, it was the what's that other thing Trenton does? Arms? Is
Yep,
that
arms.
I
Yep,
saw
bring
that.
arms.
Yeah, well, I was at Texas Motor Speedway, yeah, for that race. So I don't
Okay.
know if you were down
I
there for
was
that or not, but
definitely not there. I wanted to be there, but I was not there.
yeah. But I
Common
mean,
trend. I want to be places and I'm not there.
I gotcha. But Arrowhead's having a bunch of races, so that's not too far away from you.
Right. Talk about a great facility. I love
Oh man,
Arrowhead. Arrowhead and
100%.
Lucas Oil, facility wise, like can't be touched. Incredible. Love them.
Yes.
I'll go there any day of the week if there's a race.
Yeah, Arrowhead, it's just the pits are so easy to
Yeah.
move around in and just so close to the track. It's really
Yep.
nice.
And that
It
track
really
is
is.
lit up too. Like,
Yeah, it
the
is.
drivers love that.
Yeah. They call that, the nickname of that place is the Dirt Palace in Mid-America.
Really?
Yeah, they nicknamed it kind of like after Bud Walton Arena, with like the
Yeah.
Razorbacks play basketball. Yeah, the Dirt Palace in Mid-America. It's freaking awesome.
It's a good place. I love it. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been there several times and I plan to go to at least, most of the ones that are there this year. So I'm going to take all my opportunities I can get.
You know what's cool? I'm 10
What?
minutes from that place.
Are you really? So
10 minutes. It's
Are you in
awesome.
like Siloam?
West. I'm
West?
like more towards Salina. Like I'm I'm a little closer to Arrowhead, and then Salina High Banks is just
Ah, I
not too
gotcha. I
far.
was going to say Arrowhead's not only a facility, but you can just hop on the highway and then go get like Whataburger, 10 minutes down the
Heck
road.
yeah.
Swing past
100%.
Seven Brew, get your coffee, like everything you need's right there. It's fantastic.
100%. You're right.
Yep.
Annie, man, it was super cool meeting you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, I've seen you around. Yeah, I've seen you, on flow at the dome and heard a bunch of shout outs for you and stuff. So it's super cool to get on here and actually talk to you and get to meet you. And I'm going to try some of those cookies, I promise.
Heck yeah. Hopefully we cross paths too and I can bring you like something super fresh, that was just
That'd be
made.
awesome. That'd be
Heck
awesome.
yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great week. Enjoy watching all those races they got streaming everywhere.
Yeah, you too. See ya. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.